and hopefully everything is coming through okay. My pulley will stay strong for the strongest, but can everybody hear me okay? Jay, if you're in here, can you hear me? And nothing's showing up so far on the chat, so uh, let me know. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Kayla, and I have lost over 80 pounds with intermittent fasting, and I walk 6 miles every day. So that is what I'm all about. So today's video, I'm doing something a little bit different today. Normally I just do a live Q&A about intermittent fasting, but I decided, maybe we should try having like a little bit of a topic today, just to kind of give you guys some ideas of maybe to kind of jog your memory about, oh yeah, like here's a question about that, and then that way the people who are in here every week, maybe it'll be a little something new and different. So today I wanted to talk about mindset. So and if can everybody hear me? Here's the chat. Now the chat's up. Okay, I think there was a little bit of delay on the chat. So oh yeah, you say Christina and Crafty Crafter and Darlene. So the mindset, right? That's what we're going to be talking about today. And if you have any questions about intermittent fasting, you can certainly ask those too. Hi, Catherine. So if you have questions about intermittent fasting, go ahead and ask them. But mainly we're going to be talking about mindset, because this was very key to me to figure out the long-term plan, right? Is to figure out your mindset, because weight loss isn't just something you do and then you're done with it, right? You kind of have to have a change in your mindset so that it's a permanent change. And this was something, I read a book called Mindset by Carol Dweck, Dweck. And it was very much a, hey Carlene and Isabel. Christina, I will let you know as soon as we come through Utah. We probably really will be going through there. Don't know when, but sometime soon. Right now we're in Wyoming. It's beautiful here. Oh my goodness. And you live in Sandy City. Okay, I will remember that. And Jay, can you make a note of that Christina lives in Sandy City? My husband's in here doing the moderation. So mindset, right? This book, Mindset by Carol Dweck, is one of the best books I think I've ever read. As far as the things that it taught me, it just changed my life. It really did. So I'm going to go through, because the main idea of the book is, and I found this great infographic that really just sums up the book really well, but I'd highly recommend go grab the book. You can check it out from the library, get it on Amazon. 2 different kinds of mindsets that you can have: a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and what a weight loss. Okay, so I'm going to go through what a fixed mindset is and what a growth mindset is. Now, keep in mind, Carol Dweck is a psychologist. She's done lots and lots of research. The book is fabulous, really well written and well researched. But so I hope that this will kind of help where maybe you might have some fixed mindsets and how you can change to growth. So a fixed mindset, and I'll tell you like how I used to look at weight loss. I avoided challenges. Okay, so basically, yeah, and Jay's putting up the infographic there, so you can look at it. But I'll kind of go over it for you people who maybe can't see that infographic. Basically, when you have a fixed mindset, you feel like intelligence is fixed, okay, is static. Like basically you're born with your intelligence, and then what that tends to look like is you have a desire to look smart, which I totally still struggle with that. And so then you have a tendency to avoid challenges. If you come up on obstacles, you tend to give up. If you effort, you feel like that means that's like a bad thing, that it's like pointless to try, and or that it means like you shouldn't try. Like if you're having to put forth effort, that's a bad thing. And then criticism, you tend to ignore useful negative feedback, and if you see others succeeding, you tend to feel threatened. Okay, and that was something certainly that I struggled with a lot. Like when I was reading the book, I thought, wow, there's a lot that I tended to, like, if I didn't succeed right away with something, I would tend to give up. And with weight loss especially, like if it doesn't feel, like if I had in the past failed at all, it was like out the window completely. If I can't be perfect with it, out the window completely. I just give up, right? And so, and then also seeing the success of others, right? There's that envy that you can start to feel like, man, they dropped all that weight. And if you start to like feel bad about that, or feel threatened by that, that was certainly something that I noticed. Oh, hey, Crafty Crafter, you asked, how's the fundraiser going? It is going so well. We've raised $8,504.18. So that means we've only got $1,495.82 left to go. And the great thing is, I talked to Kinship United yesterday. They've wired the money to Jezza. And so the next step is they have to do a water survey, and they do a test drill for the water, so to see if there's water down there. So please be praying. If you're a praying kind of person, please be praying that all that goes well. I'm going to keep you guys completely up to date on, as soon as I know anything, I will let you guys know. Thank you so much for continuing to spread the word about it. For all of you out there who have donated so generously, $5, $10, $15, $25, even more. Some of you guys, I mean, it's just been amazing to me, and so many of you have shared, so thank you for doing that. It's changing these kids' lives. So okay, so back to so basically what this fixed mindset can do is it can make you kind of plateau and really never achieve those things that you really are capable of achieving. On the other hand, if you switch your mindset, and that's the coolest part of this, you get to pick your mindset, okay? Like if you find, because I found that I have a fixed mindset, I still find things that I have a fixed mindset about, and I'm really working hard on trying to change over to a growth mindset. So the way you can start to change that is just to, for one, just decide, say, okay, that I recognize I've got a fixed mindset, and now I'm going to change over to a growth mindset. And so that's all about embracing challenges, persisting. Like when you hit a roadblock, you just got to say, I'm good, I'm getting by this, I'm going to do it. I'm just embracing the challenging things that happen. See effort as a way to master something. So like with weight loss especially, and especially with intermittent fasting, you're not going to be perfect right away. You're just not. Oh, hey, Linda. There's going to be challenges. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to slip up. Like if you've got, your fasting window, you're going to eat occasionally in your fasting window. It's going to happen. Okay, like yesterday, perfect example. And this is why I have like a code, a system of things, in place. Because in the beginning, when I was intermittent fasting, these things would trip me up. Like yesterday, for example. Yesterday we had this plan. We're going to go to this cute little playground. It's called Storybook Island. It was going to be awesome for the kids. Well, we get there and it's closed. Okay, so then, our 6-year-old's upset because he had it built up in his mind. It's an awesome place. And so we decided to go get ice cream. Now, it's right in the middle of my fasting window. I don't eat until 6:30 at night, right? But life happens, okay? And one of the rules I created for myself, because I saw that, occasionally this kind of thing will happen. What do? You're in the middle of your day, you don't want to eat, but a family thing pops up, like going to get ice cream, and it doesn't always happen right in your feeding window, right? So I had decided a long time ago, because this kept happening, I'm going to always have the ice cream with my family. I'm not going to be the wet blanket who refuses to eat and sits there and makes everybody feel kind of bad that they're sitting there eating ice cream. And so I did that. But that was all about figuring out how to bounce back, because in the beginning, though, it felt like failure. It felt like, oh man, I ate, during my fasting window. And my tendency in the past would have been to think, okay, so since I'm not perfect, that fixed mindset, I'm not perfect, so then I've got to quit. But instead I changed, and I said, okay, I'm just going to say, all right, this was a learning experience. I learned I need to have a rule here. And once I made that rule, it was nice, because then I can say, okay, I know how I'm going to handle that. So that was one way I implemented kind of a growth mindset, and how it's helped me. So let me go back. There's a couple of different questions. I think Julie said, your mindset this week has been hard. I've had to really mind trick myself to stay the course, remind myself this is a lifestyle change, and now I diet 3 months, 18 pounds that is huge. 18 pounds is huge. Congratulations, first of all, on losing 18 pounds. That's awesome. In 3 months, that is so awesome. Okay. And And that is, that's fantastic. Okay. And yes, lifestyle change. And again, this goes back to changing your mindset, thinking, this is a lifelong thing. I mean, and when you really think about it, a lot of us in here, I don't know, maybe some people have only, gained a few pounds and you've never had to deal with weight gain before. But for me, it's been a lifelong thing. Okay. So when I look at it like that, I'm thinking, okay, so a lifelong challenge, right, with weight, it's not going to be an overnight change. And when I finally gave myself permission for this, like, this is going to take a long time, and this is going to be probably something I'm working on my entire life, because I have these tendencies, right, to, stress eating, things like that. I'm always going to have to keep that in check and learn how to deal with things other than by eating. So that has been, it's a lifelong change. So give yourself some breathing room and say, okay, it's okay. Oh yeah, Crafty, no change from this morning. Well, someone in here could change that. $5 would get us moving again, right? Okay. And actually, pretty soon I'm going to be donating some more, because we got some. My husband had a closing on real estate, so it'll get moving again. Okay, so Beverly, you said it seems like if I eat over 1,200 calories, you start to gain weight. I hate this, and I have a day I eat what I want, and if there's another day that that week I seem to gain weight. Okay, so Beverly, I don't count calories, so I can't truly help you with that. Like, because everybody's calorie intake is different, and, your needs are different based on your body type. There's so much, right? And counting calories just drove me crazy, so I can't advise you on that. But I would wonder, are you keeping, like, because I track my weight. I weigh every single day. I only really pay attention to my 7-day average, and I really only pay attention to, over the long term, how am I trending, where am I at weight wise. I'm at a BMI right now. I'm good. Like, I'm just not going to worry too much about where I am, as long as I'm in a normal BMI. But right now, that's the way I look at it. So I don't know exactly where you're at and exactly where you're wanting to be. But that would be some good questions to ask yourself, like, where are you wanting to be? Like, where are you currently? Where are you wanting to be? And why do you want to be there? Like, are you currently at a healthy weight? And if so, then why do you want to be down to a certain number? Okay, so, let's see. Hayat, you said, or I hope I pronounced your name right. I wake up so hungry, have not even been able to do IF for a day. Okay, so Hayat, here's the way I do it, or here's the way I did it. Because a lot of people, they start out with intermittent fasting and they do it super, super, super aggressively, and that's just not how I did it. I learned about I learned about intermittent fasting in 2014. And the very end of 2014, and I slowly started implementing it, and I'm like saying 8-hour fast. Okay, that was basically just stop eating by 10 o'clock, wake up at 6 and eat, but to give myself that cutoff point. Okay, yeah, I basically slept through an 8-hour fast, right? But it was about putting up a boundary. Okay, and then it was about saying, okay, I'm not going to eat right when I wake up, because I wanted to try intermittent fasting. And so I just said, okay, I'm going to push my breakfast out just a little bit further. And I did that over the course of, 2015. And then by 2016, I was at a, I think about an 18-6 fast, 16-8, 18-6, around in there. So it took me a very long time, because I was very gradual with it. I wanted it to feel easy. I was looking at lifelong changes. I wasn't looking at a quick fix, something, that I was going to do really, like this and be done with it. I knew it's like, this might be something I have to do forever. So I wanted it to feel, achievable and maintainable. And I was afraid to do longer fasts, because I had read some stuff about, don't do anything longer than 14 if you're a woman. So that was kind of that's how I did it. So I would recommend, like, if you're wanting to do intermittent fasting, like, you feel like that's a good way for you to try to lose weight, if that's what you're wanting to do, then I would say start with very, very short fasts. Like, it doesn't matter what other people say as far as like, there is no intermittent fasting police who's going to say, oh, it's got to be X number of hours before it's a fast. Anytime that you're not eating, you're fasting, okay? So just look at it as practice. Like, I'm going to practice an 8-hour fast until that feels easy. And then another thing is, I don't know where your weight is, like, and if you're wanting to do it for weight loss. If it's a thing where you don't have a lot of body fat, though, like maybe you don't need to lose that much, maybe intermittent fasting isn't the best thing for you. My husband has very low body fat, and he does not do that well with intermittent fasting. So, maybe that'll help. If you want to give me more details, you can. Debbie, oh, hey, Debbie from Washington. So nice to see you. Thank you for your donation, by the way. Because I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I was a little bit distracted on that day where I got the 100,000 steps, but I'm pretty sure you're the one that was having an issue with trying to donate. Like, the page wasn't cooperating, but you stuck in there, so thank you. Oh, Henrietta, you're not late, you're fashionably late, right? So thanks for joining us. We're talking about growth mindset versus fixed mindset, and so basically a growth mindset embraces challenges, and we were talking about how that, having that kind of mindset can really help you to achieve the weight loss you're looking for. How it's helped me to really, especially over the long term, have success, and really change kind of my life. Okay, the book is it's called Mindset by Carol S. Dweck. That's really where I got the most mindset help, I think. Crafty Crafter, you're fitting into clothes you haven't fit into for years. Well, I hope you also go buy yourself some new clothes too, because that's awesome. That's awesome. And I mean, I know there's something really cool about like fitting into jeans that you haven't fit in for years, because I had a pair of Levi's. I was like, I'm going to get into these jeans, and now those jeans are actually, they're too big, and I got rid of them. So, and get rid of those clothes that are too big now too. That's another thing that's so helpful. Okay. Yeah, you said patience is a virtue, but not your virtue yet. Look, that's my struggle too. Like, I tend to be so impatient. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again. 2015, my goal was 5 pounds a week. I was so unhappy because I was not hitting my 5 pound a week goal. So ridiculous when I look back and think about that, but I was just so impatient. Okay. Oh, Crafty Crafter, you're super worried that you'll hit your first goal of a healthy BMI before you have the money for your reward. Yeah, are you the one that was rewarding yourself with an iPad? Somebody, I think last week, said that was going to be their reward. So the weight is flying off of you. What a good problem to have. And you thought you'd hit it in December, and now it's looking like October. Well, first of all, that's awesome. And I know that's hard. That's why I was like, on one of my videos, I talked about how that was my problem. At one point with the kind of that material rewards, what would happen is I would have this reward, right, that I said, okay, I'm going to go, I can't remember, maybe like go kayaking or something, and when I hit this certain weight, and then I would hit that weight, and we would be too tight on money, and I was like, no. So that's why it didn't really work well for me. So trying to have that money in advance, but that's such a great problem to have. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Super happy for you. You could just tell yourself, look, I'm still getting you that iPad. Just say it's going to have to be in December. Awesome. Pat yourself on the back for hitting it sooner. If you can't have the money, you can't have the money, right? Certainly know how that goes. So, So Tina, you say, thank you for inspiring me to walk 6 miles a day. Oh, and you've been doing it for 4 months and loving it. Tina, I wonder if you're the same Tina that I'm friends with on Fitbit. Are we friends on Fitbit? That's awesome, though. Thank you for letting me know that. I'm always just so happy to hear that somebody's like, hey, I walk, because, it's helped me or whatever. Any video that's helped you, I'm so happy that I've, thank you for letting me know. Let's see. Hyatt, you said you have about 70 pounds to lose, and you're 5'1". Used to be a very fit dancer. You stopped dancing, had kids, gained weight. Yeah. I totally get that. I was not watching my eating while I danced. I was fine. Yeah. So that's tough because when you're able to eat whatever you want, right? And then suddenly you're not able to eat. I mean, and that was one thing that really helped me with intermittent fasting, because I love to eat. Okay, I mean, and now it's less important to me, but I like the ability to just say, I don't have to limit my meal or whatever it is. Like, I just want to be able to eat whatever I wanted to eat. And that was something I felt a lot of frustration with when I would look around, the supper table before, like when I was trying to lose weight, trying all these different things, trying different ways of eating and stuff, and not having much success. I had a lot of anger when I would look around and think, my husband can eat whatever he wants. Like, he just eats whatever he wants. He doesn't have to worry about his weight. And so then, to try to figure out how I could be happy around food and say, okay, what worked for me was doing OMAD, eating one meal a day and having that meal be whatever I want to eat. That helped me with that kind of like, okay, I can have whatever I want as long as I just wait until this certain time. But Hyatt, so your problem, if I remember correctly, you were saying you wake up hungry, right? And so then the other question I would have for you, and because I don't think you've said this, is how long of a fast are you trying for, and have you tried working up to it? And if you want to answer that, you can. Okay, so Crafty Crafter, yeah, a 2018 iPad with a Bluetooth keyboard and case and an Apple Pencil. Well, man, that's a good reward, and I think you totally deserve it. So I can't wait for you to get it. And I think it's awesome that you're hitting your goals earlier than you even imagined. That's awesome. Okay. Henrietta, you said, how does everyone manage with family around? They're like Pac-Man, they eat all the time. I know. It is so funny to me. Like when you're not, like, so I do OMAD, right? So it's like, man, they eat all day long. Like, how do y'all get anything accomplished with all the eating this going on, right? I got used to it, though. I got used to it pretty quickly. Like, again, I went really gradually. So it wasn't so stark for me. It wasn't like I'm eating once and they're eating, 50 times a day or whatever. It was just kind of like my breakfast was a little later. And then, oh, well, I don't eat breakfast. Then I just eat lunch. And then, so that's how it went for me. So I think because it was so gradual, it wasn't a big issue for me. But then having that clear, I think it's called redlining, right? Where there's a clear boundary to say, I could so easily see, am I sticking to my plan or not, by just saying, I'm not allowed to eat right now. That was so super helpful to me. That's how I kind of dealt with it. It was like, that's a clear violation, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, it is one of those things. I think you really do start to say, wow, I used to spend a lot of time eating. Okay, so Beverly, you said, I'm at a good BMI, it's 21. Yeah, I don't want to count calories. I guess I get very fearful. I wish I could stop counting calories if I would eat only if I'm hungry, but I eat between 1 till 6. Okay, yeah. So if your BMI is good, so Beverly, my question to you is, are you just trying to maintain right now, or are you trying to lose more weight? Because I think maybe your issue, right, is you're saying your weight kind of bubbles up a little bit, and then you're kind of getting worried, and you don't want to count calories, but you're afraid that if you don't count calories, you're going to gain weight. So let me know kind of what your goals are, and we'll maybe see if I can hash that out a little bit more. Okay. Crafty Crafter, I guess I'll just keep on keeping on, and maybe I'll hit my final goal in December. That's so good. Your final goal is 143, and you're almost 5'9". That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, that's you're like 3 inches taller than I am. So that's fantastic. That is great. I'm so happy for you. Way to go. That is yeah, and just keep on keeping on, and maybe find some other ways to like reward yourself too. Don't only do the iPad, since you're maybe going to have to push it out a little bit. Do some things that you can afford right now. Pamper yourself in some way, even if it's like something cheap. Do something for yourself to mark that occasion. I think that's great. Like, even if it's just, I don't know, a bottle of wine. I don't know if you drink or not or anything, but and certainly nobody out there who's an alcoholic, go buy yourself a bottle of wine. That's not what I'm saying, but like, or just like a like a pedicure, manicure, some sort of pampering, something, some sort of loving yourself thing. That's so good. Um, okay, Tina, you said yes, we are. Oh, now I don't know what that was in reference to. I don't know. Maybe you're saying that you are. Oh yeah. Okay, we're friends on Fitbit. Oh, good. So I think I know who you are. You're blonde, right? I think I see you on there. I'm glad. I'm glad we're friends. Okay, so Henrietta, it is hard. I just breathe and work as fast as I can. Okay, and yeah, Crafty Crafter, you will have lost 77 pounds by the time it's all said and done. That is fantastic. So, Crafty Crafter, remind me, when did you start losing weight, and and if you don't mind sharing, what exactly are you doing? If you don't mind sharing, you don't have to. Because people are always just like, "Ooh, how did she do it?" I love knowing, like, what are people's plans? How are they doing it? I love knowing it. Okay, so Linda, you're going on holiday tomorrow, and you're changing your plan for 2 weeks, 2 meals, 16/8, and had some wine in the evening. I've been losing 2 kilos a month. I only weigh once a month. Hope it works for you, and you hope, it might have gotten. Okay, and you hope to lose a kilo this month. But if you don't, that's okay too. Yeah, and that is so good. Having a plan before you go on vacation, saying, okay, and knowing, like, that's what works for me too, is just to say, okay, especially 2 meals. 2 meals is pretty workable. I've found there are occasions where I change it up. It really depends on the situation, as far as with my kids and stuff. If breakfast is going to be a thing, then I'll change it even further. Sometimes I go just completely off plan for vacation. That one I don't like doing as much. I haven't really had to do that lately, but yeah, I love that you've got a plan, right? You're saying, okay, 16/8, a little bit of wine in the evening, and then and you only weigh once a month. Whew, I'd be so nervous doing that. I mean, it's like, it gives me peace to weigh once a day, just to know, here I am. Like, when I have gone on vacation and not weighed for, like maybe a week, man, I do get nervous, like that first day I'm back on the scale, and then I'm fine, but man, it reminds me of how hard it is to get on the scale that first time. Like, if man, I got a lot of weight to lose, and it's just so hard to get on the scale, so hard. Crafty Crafter, your husband eats 4,000 times a day, and it sometimes grates on your nerves. Yeah, I mean, my husband is a snacker too. He loves, like, he's got like peanuts that he'll go around eating, or like a spoonful of peanut butter, or just, he eats all the time. But that's okay. I don't resent him for it anymore. But let's see. Yeah, Crafty Crafter, you never wake up hungry, but sometimes you get hungry in the early afternoon. Yeah, you're working ridiculously hard. That's so good, though. It's good. It's good. It's good to work hard on things that are important. Yeah, and that's something I think too. There are certain people, I feel like, that you wake up and you're really just not hungry, and I think those types of people probably have an easier time with intermittent fasting than other people. Like, I used to be the type of person who, I really wasn't hungry in the mornings, and then you get it so rammed in your head by every diet guru out there. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. You gotta eat breakfast, and then you start to realize, like, when you hear other people talking about intermittent fasting and stuff, and you start looking at the history of breakfast, it's like, oh, breakfast is kind of a recent phenomenon. So it's just interesting to look at all that stuff. But basically, to say you can just do what works for you, and if not eating breakfast can eliminates one whole meal worth of calories, right? So, okay, let's see. The other day I was planning on only walking 6 miles, but ended up, whoa, you did over 11 miles. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. That is a lot of walking too. Like 11 miles, that's pretty serious right there. That's awesome. Oh, and your husband said you look smaller. Hey, yeah, isn't that nice when they start to notice? And I think sometimes that, like, if you're out there and your husband's not saying anything, it might be that he's afraid to let you know that he noticed that you've lost weight. Like, it can be a thing that we could, I mean, I know I certainly was, man, I used to be hypersensitive sensitive about my weight. And it was like it was like a losing battle, right? Like if he says anything about it, first of all, if he says anything about it, that would have landed him in the doghouse, right? He never did, by the way. Like, I mean, he was just a saint. But then it can also be kind of like, well, if I say something, then that lets them know that I noticed maybe that they had some weight to lose. So it can be kind of a tricky situation. So try to keep that in mind. Like if you're getting frustrated, just, it helps me to try to always give people the benefit of the doubt. So anyway, okay, so Hyatt, you said you try to do 12 hours, but nowadays you're dealing with stress. Yeah, as you sit for the CPA exams as a second career. Oh, well, congratulations. You're sitting and studying all day. Food is an addiction. Yeah. And you think intermittent fasting is, I think your comment got kind of cut off. I can't see the rest of the comment, but yeah. So okay, first of all, can I just applaud you on you're doing something new, and I don't know how old you are, but I applaud you. Okay, you're doing something new. You're branching out, right? You're getting a new second career, and that's awesome. And then the stress that goes with that. And if you're a stress eater, like I tended to be, I really don't anymore. The only day where I really could stress eat, well, I mean, theoretically, right? I could stress eat at my one meal, or I could stress eat during, cheat day. But I really have learned how to not be a stress eater, but it takes time. And so I applaud you. That's awesome. And that is a challenge, right? But you just do the best you can every day, and you say, okay, I'm going to try to have these boundaries around food, but also realize this is a season of your life, right? This is a short period of time where you've got this stress, and you're going to try your best, right, to deal with it. You're probably not going to be perfect, because none of us are. So just, do the best you can, and congratulations. And I wish you all the luck in the world on the exam. Let's see. Anon, you said when I was in high school, I was doing intermittent fasting and you didn't know it, and I only knew it, you just functioned better with dinner. And then you look back and you realize, oh, you're doing intermittent fasting. Yeah, that's so interesting. Like, when I think back to my college days at Piedmont, that was something I was doing a lot, was, I wouldn't eat, I'd sleep in. I was a night owl, so I would be up really late at night. I would sleep in and go to my class. A lot of times my first meal would be lunch, or sometimes, it might even be dinner, or sometimes I would skip dinner, skipping meals. And then when I look back, I'm like, oh, that was kind of what I was doing. And I was at a good weight back then. So yeah, this is so interesting. So Beverly, so you're trying to maintain. Okay, so let's go back to Beverly. So here's what I did, and I mean, maybe this would be helpful to you, is I gave myself, in maintenance mode, a 5-pound leeway. What that meant was I just kind of had like a target weight, and I said, as long as I'm within 5 pounds of that, okay? So 2.5 pounds above, 2.5 pounds below, or really no, actually I gave myself like 5 pounds above it. So like, let's say, at 135, I say, okay, I just want to maintain at 135. I'm really going to be okay anywhere between 135 and 140. And what I did when I was maintaining, because that's pretty much what I did from November 2016 through September 2017, I said, okay, as long as I maintain like 5 pounds, within 5 pounds, I'm okay. If I gain more than that, I wanted to say, okay, I need to like, go back on to a losing kind of plan until I get to that point, and then I'll start maintaining again. Just because I wanted more freedom, really, and I wanted to see like what's the least amount of effort that I can put forth and still maintain this weight loss. I was really in an experimental mindset, so it really helped me then to say, okay, I'm not going to freak out until my 7-day average. Okay, and then that's how I looked at it too. The 7-day average, if it got above 5 pounds, that's when I said, okay, need to change here, need to like go back and let's, go back to, 1 meal a day, walking 6 miles a day. And so that's what worked for me. So I wonder, and if you want to answer, you can, or if not, that's fine too. But I wonder, are you giving yourself any kind of leeway? Are you keeping up with the 7-day average? Are you only going by your single day weight? Because gosh, my single day weight, just the other day, it went up by 4 pounds overnight. Okay, now it went back down, but I'm just saying that kind of thing happens to me all the time. So, okay. Yeah, true. You could knit or crochet yourself something. That's right. Since you are the crafty crafter, uh, fitting into all the clothes is huge. I know. Oh man, the size 8 jeans. Yep, size 8 jeans. That was something that I had a goal for. I'm in some 8s right now. Old Navy. I don't really know if they run big. I don't even care though. It's like they're 8s and they're baggy, so it's like all right. Let's see, Anna Collins, you have lost around 110 pounds. What? That is awesome. You have about 10 pounds left, but you're plateaued. Okay, you're finding it hard to lose the last 10 pounds. Oh yeah. Okay. Do you ever get frustrated with your progress? Okay. So Anna, first of all, that is awesome. 110 pounds. That is amazing. Okay. First of all, hats off to you. And if you want to tell us all what your plan was, you can also do that if you don't mind. But so plateau, okay, especially when you get down to the last little bit of weight. Now I'll let you know just kind of like where I'm coming from. So at 157, that's when I said, okay, I want to kind of maintain. I maintained that for almost a year before I said, okay, I want to lose some more, because at 157 I was technically still in the overweight BMI by like 3 or 4 pounds. So I said, okay, I started this YouTube channel and I wanted to start losing some more weight. So that's what I did. And so since that time, and I can't remember what my 7-day average is right off the top of my head. I think this morning's weight was like 140 point something. I can't remember what it is. So right at 140, let's say. So it's been a year since I started the YouTube channel, right? So a year to lose, what would that be? 17 pounds, 15. Well, I mean, it would really depend on where my 7-day average is. But so that kind of the last time I did the math on it, which maybe the math should be updated, because I actually had a month or two there where I was losing a little bit quicker. But the last time I did the math on it, it was like 1/3 of a pound a week that I was losing. So a lot of people would say, I mean, if I wasn't weighing every day and I wasn't keeping track of my 7-day average, it would probably seem to me like I'm not losing any, especially over, even like a month. I'd be like, I didn't really lose any. But because I've kept track of that, that's helped me. So, yeah. So I would say, if you're not weighing and keeping track of those numbers, really consistently, maybe try that to, I don't know what obviously you're doing great. You've lost 110 pounds. So maybe that's something you could look at, is just, because the weight can start to move down so slowly, really see, is it really plateauing, or is it just a slow kind of, it's still coming off, but it's just really slow. And the way I look at it, as far as just not getting frustrated, is just to look at it as like a lifetime thing. Once I started looking at it in terms of years, like 5 years, I want to be where I'm. Well, then suddenly it's like, oh, if I have one day where the weight's high, it's not that big of a deal, and just being more patient, saying it'll eventually come off. Like right now, I kept thinking, it's maybe slowly coming off, but it's still coming off. So I'm happy with any progress. And right now I'm happy where I'm at too. If I never lost another ounce, I'd be happy. Okay. So Crafty Crafter, May of this year, you walked 6 miles a day in OMAD. Finally, you started with keto and IF initially, then calories in, calories out, and OMAD. Okay. And at your heaviest, you were 220, and then, so you consider that your starting weight. So that is, wow, that is awesome. So now you do OMAD, but you still count calories, right? So that is fantastic. So May, and you've lost, now I can't remember how many you've lost, but that is fantastic. I can't even remember. Let's see, like right at 80, right? That would be like 70 something pounds. That is fantastic. So happy for you. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me get down here. All right, Henrietta, do you think if you up the amount of fat you eat at your one meal, you can go longer before you eat again? Yes, I have found that to be certainly true. higher fat content, carbs help me, okay? I know some people are going to say, oh, you shouldn't have any carbs, but I have found personally for me, if I eat more fat and carb, well, really all of it, right? If I eat only one, it's not that helpful. I mean, first of all, pure fat, I don't even know how you could do pure fat. I mean, you can, I guess. Some people do it, but certainly fat, I've noticed, helps keep me fuller longer. But carbs also help with that too, oddly enough. Straight carbs, no. Straight carbs, I'm very hungry the next day, okay? Like, I think because they burn so quickly, that's the thing, right? Like, they burn really fast, so then, you get hungrier quicker. But I think fat helps, and that's why I always do try to include, like butter on toast, or, with pancakes, I'm going to have butter. Yeah, certainly I've noticed that helps. So, but I think a more important thing is for each person to notice kind of like what you're eating, because it's not too hard to know, like, okay, I had a good bit of fat at that meal, or I didn't have any fat at that meal, and just kind of don't obsess over it, but just kind of start to notice, how do you feel the next day, and how do you feel right after, and then that can kind of help you set yourself up for success, make it feel easier, right? Okay, so Quiet Storm Map says, I love hearing about women doing OMAD. I've been OMAD for almost 2 years. Oh, awesome. It's so rare to find other people who are doing this, right? So one day out of the week, I'm flexible and eat several meals. After that, I feel great going back to OMAD. So that's pretty much exactly what I do. I do my I call it cheat day on Sunday. And I've been doing OMAD now I did it for most of 2016, right? I did it for most of 2016. I pretty much took a break from it in 2017. I was really more doing like 2 meals a day, or like a supper and then snacks. And then since 2017, so another year. So I've done OMAD for a total of 2 years, but basically a year-long break in between. I feel great doing OMAD too. Like, to me, it's so simple, so simple. So thanks for sharing that, Quiet. Let's see, Crafty Crafter, fat is satisfying, yeah, and your body will use that for fuel. You had a cheat day this past Saturday. I hope you made it a good one. Oh, Green Eye Bandit, I was wondering where you were. I'm glad that you've joined us. Because Catherine Jenkins said, I've lost 25 pounds since June at 50. Love that you added your age, because so many women won't, like, they think that once they hit 45, 50, that it's like impossible to lose weight. But obviously not impossible, right? And I love being able to say, look at Catherine Jenkins. She's lost 25 pounds. Okay, this channel shows a more intuitive way for OMAD. Other channels were unsure of using OMAD for women in my age bracket. And that's the thing. I try to steer clear of any kind of dogma, and I try to just say, look, try it out, see what works for you, see how you're feeling too. But yeah, that was something that kept me a long time from trying anything longer than a 14-hour fast, just because I read something one time somewhere, some sort of infographic, I'm sure, that said, you really shouldn't do more than 14 hours if you're a woman. And then it's like, going to longer fast was the best thing I ever did as far as how I was feeling, weight I was losing, Crafty Crafter, you said it's torture when your husband eats almonds. You love roasted and salted almonds. Yeah. Nowadays, it's really not that hard for me. There are occasions, like, just, random times where it's like, especially during period time, my sense of smell gets better. I've noticed that for sure. But, like, just smelling eggs, like fried eggs in the morning, oh man, I'll just go over and smell his plate sometimes. I used to do that just to be funny, but sometimes I really do want to smell the food. I don't eat it, but I do like smelling of it. Oh, it smells so good. Okay. So Linda, you are down 2 sizes after 5 months. Oh, that's awesome. You have 3 wardrobes, so nice to get out of the biggest lot of clothes. 12 kilos lost, about 25 pounds. Yes, that is awesome. And I hope you donated all those clothes that are too big for you now, because you don't want them hanging around, right? You give them away to somebody else who needs them. Let's see, Crafty Crafter. Oh yeah, hey, and I haven't seen your channel. I'm sorry, I'm a horrible YouTuber as far as watching other videos, but if you've been posting things, Green Eyed Bandit, I'll try to, Jay, if you could make a note for me to go check out her channel. Okay. Oh, Christina. Okay, yeah, you put your email address in the comments. Oh, yeah, y'all can email me. I mean, if you have like things like that where you're wanting to put your email address, I just don't want you to get spammed with other things. But Kayla at 6milestosupper.com. That's an email you can get in touch with me on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, good. So you've got so Green Eye Bandit, you're doing like update videos. Awesome. I'll have to check those out. Every Friday. Yeah. You got to get a schedule. You'll get it. I do mine once a month, every month. It's nice to have like different things you can do. Helps with the YouTubing thing. Okay. Let's see. Your official weigh-in day is Wednesday, and you're down 3.6 pounds. That's awesome, Crafty Crafter. Awesome. Yeah, break the fast, right, Henrietta? So funny because now it's like people aren't even really fasting, but that is where it came from. Break the fast. Okay, that's crazy. Crafty Crafter, like so 5 the week before, and then another 3.6. The weight is flying off of you. Linda, yeah. So you're 65. I didn't know that. I don't think. Did I? I don't think I knew that. Yeah, so that is great. So with YouTube, you found OMAD. That is awesome. That is awesome. I've never been to Overeaters Anonymous. I did hear someone talking about going to a meeting one time, and Jamie Master, she's a podcaster, but she was talking about how she went to it because she really wasn't. She overate. You know, she felt like it was a thing, but it was kind of not a good group for her because she wasn't. She did well, at least out of place, or like she didn't really, because she really overweight, you know, like, so I don't know, I've never been to one, but because certainly you can struggle with overeating and not be, you know, really overweight. Well, thanks guys. I'm sorry that this choppy reception. I'm in Wyoming, that's all I can say. It's easier, let's see, it's easier than other diets, yeah. Yeah, it's a Green Eye Bandit, the average. Oh man, it saves my sanity. I tell you what, because my weight again is all over the place. Like it can be up by 4 pounds one day and then down 2 or 3 pounds the next, then up a pound, then down a pound, and it's just like knowing that average. It's like, oh yeah, I can see that it's going down overall. Let's see, you measure instead of weighing in 10 weeks, you've lost 8 inches from around your waist. Way to go, Henrietta. That is awesome. That is awesome. Sparky, you've lost 23 pounds. You're hoping to reach your goal weight by next spring, losing a pound a week. Oh, that's awesome. Started at 192, now you're at 169, and you're gonna get there. You're gonna get down to 135. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you. So happy. And Sparky, what are you doing? I'm wondering, are you doing OMAD? Are you counting calories? Are you limited carbs? Or what are you doing, if you don't mind adding that? Okay. Oh, San, hey! I didn't know you were even in here. Glad you've been watching and listening. Or listening and driving. Important not to watch and drive, so thanks for that. Okay. Let's see. Crafty Crafter, you make a meat, cheese, vegetable, pasta casserole that keeps you going for 24 hours. Ooh, yeah. Meat and beans with chili, yeah, and cheese. Yeah, any kind of stuff like that I think is really helpful. Like when you can just say something really hearty. That was important for me, for OMAD to really make the meal count, you know, like it took me a while to figure out exactly how much can I eat, still feel full all day long, but still have results, which really, I've never had to feel like, ooh, I'm hungry all day, in order to lose weight. I've always felt nice and full all day. Just the whole idea is to not get overly full and miserable afterwards, right? So, okay, so, oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher your name. Parziki? I don't know. I'm sorry. Great video. You have 10 more kilograms to go, and your videos are help. Oh, well, thanks. Oh, and you're from Budapest. Oh, Aggie. Maybe Aggie. Okay. I hope I pronounced it right. Well, thanks, Aggie. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. Sans and 90-second keto bread smothered with avocado. Ooh, I don't even know what that is, but I'm intrigued. Oh, and you're 57, Sparky. Thanks for letting us know that. I love knowing, like, okay, yes, I can point to you guys as like they are doing it and they are having good results. Yes, okay, thanks, Jay, for putting my email in there. Okay, so Crafty Crafter extra large to medium, 16 down to 12. That's awesome. Okay. So Henrietta, yeah, like, so your doctor told you not to do intermittent fasting, but you feel amazing doing it. So what's the problem with the age thing? See, I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I don't know what, like, I don't know why he would say it, again, because I'm not a medical professional, so I can't sit out here and I'm certainly not going to say he doesn't know what he's talking about, because he's been in medical school. I haven't. But I do know there are other doctors out there who do recommend intermittent fasting. So I don't know. Use your own judgment, I would say. Because other people, I think are having the same experience that you are. They're feeling amazing doing the intermittent fasting thing. Like Dr. Fung, and then, he has a whole network of people, of physicians who kind of fall in line and like intermittent fasting. I don't know. I kind of have to steer clear of the whole doctor thing, because I'm not a doctor, and I certainly don't want to ever appear like I am trying to give out medical advice. So, yeah, and Crafty, that's a good idea. Like, ask the doctor, like, why do you say this? And then maybe he's got maybe there's something medically with you that we don't know about that he does. It's always good to ask questions. Be curious. So, Sparky, you said you're doing OMAD, spinning, elliptical machine, and walking, a total of 4 to 5 days of exercising. That is great. Spinning, people love to spin. I've never spun, but that's cool. So you do 4 or 5 days of exercising. That is great. Trudy, hey, you're here. You had a cheat day. Yay! I love cheat day. but I'm assuming that it didn't go well for you. And Crafty, you walk 6 miles 7 days a week. That's awesome. Okay. Julie, I wish I loved walking and exercising. You're a nurse and wear a Fitbit, and just at work alone you average 4 miles. Wow. And you're 58. Yeah, that's enough exercise. I agree. I agree with you. Like 6 miles is just completely random, right? I mean, for me at least, it's a number I chose just because for me it was like, well, I read 3 miles a day, and I thought I should double that because it takes me forever to lose weight. But it's just, for me, that's what I feel good at. 6 miles, it gives me time to clear my head, really think about things. It's relaxing. Yeah, so, but that's great, Julie. Congratulations. 4 miles a day, that's great. Let's see, saying you're having iced coffee even though you're on OMAD. Not every day, but once in a while, yeah. It slows your weight loss, but you need to enjoy life. That's what it's all about, I think, right? Like, the whole point, one of the main reasons I think a lot of us are losing weight is so that we can enjoy life more. So you don't want to make yourself miserable while you're losing weight, right? And so that's why I did it the way I did it, was because I thought, I want to be able to eat all the food. Like, I don't want to cut anything out of my diet. I want to be able to eat cake and cookies and pasta and bread and all those things and enjoy life, even if it means it's slower. That's okay with me. I'm okay with slow. Okay, so Joni, 17-day stall. Still think the happy scale out for averaging your weight, otherwise you think you'd quit. Yeah, so Joni, I'm wondering, are you saying stall because the weight is not moving at all? Or are you saying that the 7-day average has really stalled? Are you having any kind of movement, any kind of trend upward or downward? Just curious. That happens, so give it 6 weeks to 2 months and it'll be fine. Let's see. Your doctor's a low-fat freak like everyone else in England. You're so far behind. Okay, so yeah. Well, there you go. Like, see, it's so different. Different places have different kinds of emphasis on which way is the best way to eat, right? Ooh, it's, yeah, interesting. Okay, so Crafty Crafter, you used to run 10-kilometer races for fun when you were younger. Walking 6 miles isn't too hard. Yeah, now that I've walked 43.2 miles in a day. The 6 miles seems so easy now. So it's like, it never feels like a long walk anymore. And you're in your 40s. Oh, low fat equals too much sugar. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like, to me, when you're on the low fat thing, I feel hungry all the time. If I only do, like, if I were to not have fat and only have carbs, I would feel hungry all the time. I do it sometimes on cheat day. It's like, man, I can't get full. Okay, so Trudy, you hadn't intended on a cheat day. You're out running errands and getting a hamburger. Oh, well, let me tell you what I did, Trudy. Did I ever finish this story? We went and got ice cream yesterday. Yeah, I think I told you guys. So yesterday, it's one of those things that I've made a rule for myself, okay, that if a family thing comes up, like yesterday we were going to a park, the park ended up being closed, to kind of try to make the best out of it, we went and got ice cream. And I ate. It was 11:30 in the morning, and I ate, okay? I ate a big old sundae, a hot fudge. It was amazing. If you're ever in Rapid City, South Dakota, go to Armadillo's. They have amazing soft serve ice cream, really creative sundaes. Anyway, point is, I ate that sundae, not one bit of guilt. Was it on plan? It was technically on plan, because that is a rule I created for myself a long time ago. But the thing is, right, you did something, right? It was like not in your plan. You didn't mean to do it, but you did it. Oh well, like, just don't beat yourself up over it. Say, maybe, try to learn from it, right? That's what always helps me, because we're talking about fixed versus growth mindset. I've got notes right here. But so the fixed mindset would be like, oh, screwed up, and you should just give up, or beat yourself up or something like that. But instead, just have a growth mindset, like, okay, I'm going to learn from this. So if maybe on errand days, maybe create a rule for yourself, like maybe on errand days you're gonna have your window be open longer. I can't remember if you're doing OMAD. I can't remember, but let's say theoretically you do OMAD normally, but you find that on errand days it's just really, really hard. Maybe create a rule for yourself that says, okay, on OMAD days, on errand days, I'm gonna give myself a meal, or give yourself, like, set yourself up for success. I'm always about, like, make it really easy. So that's why I made it really easy on myself. Like, there's gonna be times where I could either go off plan, right, or I could intentionally go off plan. I choose to intentionally go off plan sometimes, but that's just me. Okay, so let's see. We're about to wrap it up here, guys. We're coming up right on an hour. Let's see. Yep, real food. I'm all about real food. Well, and ice cream and stuff. I guess that doesn't really count as real food, but okay. So quiet. You do cheat day, whatever you want, but whole food, or whole food, plant-based diet. Okay, cool. All right. Well, you'll feel like, yeah. So Green-Eyed Bandit. Some sort of intermittent fasting thing. I have been thinking about that a lot lately, about, will I ever go back to 3 meals a day? Because that's a question I get asked a lot. And I don't know. I mean, I'm probably going to explore it whenever I do, whenever this plan completely stops working for me and it's like, okay, you've lost as much as you're going to lose. I'm going to experiment with all the different ways of eating, just to kind of test out and see, like, how do I do with stress eating? Now that, like, if I just allow myself 3 meals a day, or whatever the things are, I'm going to experiment all over the place. Okay, so let's see. Eating like at 4 dinners. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Eating. So you felt guilty because you ate at 4 and dinner was supposed to be at 6. Yeah. Don't beat yourself up. That's the main thing. Don't ever beat yourself up. It does absolutely no good. No good at all. No being mean to yourself at all. Ever. Okay. All right. So, there's so many more comments, and we're coming up on an hour. I'm trying to get through them all. Let's see. Whoa, Anna, you said the first 40 pounds was from an illness. When you found this channel, it helped you lose 60 more pounds. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Oh, so Aggie, yeah, so apparently I didn't pronounce it right. I'm so sorry. I will try to look that up and see how to pronounce it. Uh, okay, all right. Well, thank you guys again so much for hanging out. I hope it was helpful and encouraging. Thank you for watching. Again, if you've not donated to the fundraiser, please help us get to our goal. We're almost there. We've only got $1,495.82 left to go. And I can't remember if I said it, but they've wired the money over to Jezza. At 8,000, the digging can begin. They're doing the water survey, and they are doing the test drill for water. And that's where we're at right now. I will provide updates as soon as I get them. I will pass them on to you, because I'm going to be sending you all the updates and letting you know, because I want you guys to see that you are creating you're actually changing the world right now. There's a small village in Uganda that is going to get a well because all you wonderful people out there are donating to this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And those two, remember, the last little bit of money is for the pump for the well, which is super important, and then also those rainwater collection barrels so that they can farm and grow their own food. So awesome, you guys, thank you so much. Be sure to join the Facebook group. We've got I think close to 100 people in there already, so join us over there. It's a very encouraging place, all positivity all the time. Okay, love you guys, talk to you later.